Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Out of the fire and into the frying pan, I'm Slidewhistle.
Oh, okay. I'm Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And if Final Fantasy XIV can get problematic songstress Sia to sing a weird CG song, I feel like we need Doja Cat to sing over the Legion trailer.
You know, out of all of the celebs and singers, she probably would be high up on the list that would do something like that.
And she's just as problematic as Sia, so it's a good counterpoint. We know that Blizzard is always trying to keep up with them, am I right? They released their PTR out of nowhere.
I love this. I love that everybody on Twitter, and even like my Discord servers, like my friends group, are like, can you believe that WoW released a 9.2 PTR on the day that Final Fantasy Shadow Endbringers comes out? And I'm like, it's a PTR. Who cares? Like, who goes in there?
It will not steal from any sort of audience that the other one has.
Exactly. Like, I feel like these people are always reaching. And, you know, I've seen, like, the timelines, too, that somebody broke down of, like, releases of each of the patches, either minor or major expansion ones. And there's only, like, a few instances over the course of the time when they both existed at the same time when they've lined up at all.
Those instances are actually Worlds of Draenor, so that isn't...
Heavy hitter, Warlords of Draenor.
They released the camera to try and distract from Bloopleberry Swamp 2.1.
Man, I still love that that's one of our, like, first patches. Is that our first patch? The camera patch?
I believe that was the first one we
Yeah.
experienced as it happened live.
Yeah, we started playing the game, but right before that patch was released. Because I distinctly remember when that patch was released, and we just were like, oh, cool, a camera. But then everyone else was like, just a camera?
We specifically use it a lot. A lot of my early screenshots are just me and the selfie camera filters. It's just a dwarf holding the camera above my head. Mwah. So, okay. So, I wanted this earlier, but I forgot. So Doja Cat does WoW stuff, right? I was thinking for our 3-year anniversary, right, we get a celebrity to sing our theme song. So I've booked us, Gary and Carrie Busey. We got double hitters next week.
Oh boy, what a bargain.
Well, you see, I do not, you know, I firmly believe that you could get them to do this. Just pay them a little bit on Cameo. But if you do that, I've made my stance very clear. If you invite them back here, I am done. And it's very unfortunate that it's right at the 3-year mark. You know, I've had a good run here, though, if that's what you want to do.
You're telling me that if I get Gary and or Carrie Busey to sing a real-life version of our song on Fiverr, you would not stay to listen to it? Think about how amazing that would be.
Does he make out with a pumpkin at the end of it?
I'm sure we can pay extra for that. It's probably not that expensive.
I don't want to pay extra to have him make out with a pumpkin.
Oh my god, we can have him paint it like Growlina. And he can make out with Growlina.
Growlinkin?
Growlinkinos?
Well, speaking of Growlinkinos, we did receive recently another email from our pal Girl Learner, and I will save us the hassle here, and I just quickly threw it into a zombie translator, and Girl Learner says, I'd like to share a bit of news from my home realm. The Margraves just announced that Bobby Kotick is banned from joining the Meldraxi Covenant when he dies. I fully support this move. We're Necro Lords, not Shit Lords. Get a life, Bobby.
Ooh, tell him like it is, grr.
Get him.
I love that. Fucking shit lords. I also smoked a lot of weed before listening to that, so that was quite an experience. Well,
Girl Learner truly took you on a journey there. His words escorted you through the zone.
I kind of miss when you would read the zombie part, you know? I think that's...
I don't think I have it in me today, guys.
Fine, whatever.
So hey, guess what? The PTR's out, and a whole bunch of stuff is being revealed, such as mounts.
Yeah, so some of these mounts we knew about before. Some of them, I don't know if we really knew anything about these mounts until very recently. So I think we knew about the Trachnid mount, the spider that can apparently fly because of the developer video that was released. But there's a Cervid mount that looks really cool, I think.
Wow, look at that thing. It's got big old horns. The fuck?
So these are the official species names, right? Slidewhistle, Mr. Animal Man.
Yes, curvid. This is indeed a curvid. 2 horns, 4 hooves, and a satchel on the side.
Okay, well, I mostly wanted to ask because one of the other ones is a big toad, and it's a buffinid. And I said, buff for frogs? Where did I hear that before? And shout out to my man, King Buffo, from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's where you know it from?
King Buffo would like you to feed him a series of flies. Yes, sort of like how I learned Renaissance history from Assassin's Creed 2. I learned the phrase buffinid from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
So yeah, as Aaron said, we are getting another proto-frog mount as well, and this is the one I'm probably the least excited about because like we already have the Ardenweald ones.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's only like 2 frogs, so some freaky frog fan 49 out there is like, give me 3 more! We've doubled the amount of frogs we have!
But Slidewhistle, is Vombata also a term you know anything about?
Vombata sounds like a bug. I think, wait, isn't there a Pokemon that has Bombabee or something?
Volbeat is a Pokemon.
I think I'm thinking of Volbeat. I don't know anything about Vombata, because Cervid is just Cervidae, which is the deer family. Is probably a wombat, if I had to guess. It sounds kind of wombat-esque.
You are correct, at least when I googled it. Yes, Vombatus is the genus of the common wombat.
I see. Okay, yeah, this is knowing that, now I can see what they're going for with this mount. It looks pretty cute.
Okay, wait. So is the idea of this that like, cause I'm reading for the Cervid, and it just says, looking at these majestic, awe-inspiring creatures, it's not difficult to see how the idea of Cervids developed into the stags found on Azeroth and other mortal worlds. So are these the first animals of anywhere? Like these evolved, basically?
At least as far as we know. Every single thing in creation was molded from Zareth Mortis. So, like, this is the initial thing for deer and stag and all cervids.
I guess I was just thinking that that's, like, where the Shadowlands originated from. And, like, that, like, they created the Shadowlands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I didn't realize it was literally every single thing. Like, all of it.
Yeah, we're getting pretty high up there in the realms of creation in this next patch.
I hope if we take out enough of a certain proto-creature, that means just all of them disappear. Like, sorry everyone, Sorry everyone, I killed all the proto-orcs. You don't get to pick that one anymore. They're all just disappeared.
Ooh, we got new bird ones too? Oh my god, this is the Mon episode.
Yeah, the Raptora. I think these ones are neat too. The long talons? No. Tail? Are those tails?
I think those are tails, yeah. Wow, where's their knuckles?
Where's Dr. Eggman? Also, these guys do look very cool, and I'm glad to get more colors, but I can't help but notice they're using the same models as the one blue one we got for the 6 month.
Articuno.
Boo!
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's a good, because now people are like, well, I wish that they would just give us that mount in the game. Well, here, there it's just not blue.
Yeah, and I guess if like the blue one was Articuno, they're giving us a red one, and we're going to be able to get a goldish one as well. So that's Zapdos and Moltres, I guess.
Call me when they got a Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh.
I feel like they could easily put something in there that is Lugia shaped. I mean, he's like a big smooth piece of gum anyways. He looks like Clay-Doh.
Okay. Come on.
Fun fact, I used to call him Lugia. And
oh my god.
And no one,
I used to call Ho-Oh Ho-Ho.
No one said the name other than my brother, so it was like an echo chamber of like, yeah, Lugia, let's go.
When did you find out that it was wrong?
You know what? I think they said his name in the movie a bunch, and we were just like, wow, what an interesting interpretation they have on Lujaya's name.
That must have been how I felt yesterday when I learned Michael can only be spelled A-E-L and never really E-A-L.
You know, was it just the fact that, like, there were these 5-year-old kids in your preschool that just didn't know how to spell their own names?
Honestly, that could be it. I grew up with a lot of Michaels, E-A-Ls, and I always thought that was the proper, or that it didn't matter. I was like, yeah, it's fine. There are celebrities with E-A-L. Looks it up. Not one celebrity with E-A-L.
E-A-L. It's in the name. The name Michael.
Except it's not.
Okay, did you guys see this record for consecutive Night Elf flips has been broken?
Whoa.
First of all...
What? Was that a stat we were keeping track of? I'm sure I mean, the Morgan flip, I could be holding the record right now.
So, wait, I'm a little confused here. So, you're talking about, like, when you jump, sometimes you do a flip? And, like, I thought that... Is that random or no?
Yes. So, there's a chance. And according to the Wahid article, it says that there's a 20% chance that at any jump, you will do a flip. What do you guys think the record was previously? And what do you think the record is now? This is called Guess That Night Elf Flip.
I feel like it had to have been low. Like, if it's a 20% chance, maybe like 5 or 6?
I'm going to guess 10, and I'm going to say we pushed this up to 15.
The previous record was 16. We are now at 17.
You got to really feel the rush of endorphins that guy got when he got his 17th flip.
So now it's documented. It's been recorded. I immediately logged on. I was like, I'm gonna fucking beat this one. I'm gonna beat this fucking record. I could get like 3 max in a row.
Yeah, I thought you had to be like running for it to happen. I thought it was just like completely random. I guess it is completely random, right? So whoever won this just like should play the lottery or something. I don't know.
Here's someone to the math of the chance. It's a decimal so small I don't even know how many zeros that is. It's an incredibly low chance.
I wonder if the Worgen have the same 20% chance, because we also do like a front flip every so often.
You should look that up and see what the record is. See if we can break the records for Night Elf jumps and Worgen jumps, and I don't know, what could you do, Immune? You could do like longest dance.
I don't think the Draenei have anything fun when they jump.
You can see your ugly ass ankles.
The hooves?
The hooves down in Hoofville don't have anything interesting to their jumps. Doesn't someone do a horizontal spin?
Horizontal spin.
I swear there's someone...
Oh, is that the Void Elves?
I think it might be the Void Elf, Blood Elf. I swear there's someone who, like, when they're running, they can jump, or they can spin in the air, but not like a flip, like a horizontal spin.
Yeah, yep. I believe that is them. Is that a Blood Elf thing, though? Maybe it's Blood Elves that can do it, and that's why?
I don't know. I don't play Blood Elves.
Not often do I jump.
Dude, you gotta try it more, you know? It's pretty good for you.
No, that's why I just Door of Shadows everywhere. Once we leave the Shadowlands, I can't. Unless they give me a movement ability, I gotta stay here.
Don't you guys just love how when you're in a pug raid or a dungeon or something and there's a hunter, and I say there's a hunter because there's always the hunters that have that add-on when you're at the end of a fight when it's like, jumping leaderboard, and then it's literally just them on it because nobody else jumped at all during the entire fight.
Oh, but I also think you have to have the add-on to be registered in the jumps. So I think it's also like they're the only person with the jump add-on.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense to me.
So I guess, is this a PSA to download the jump add-on so we can try to beat him?
We got, this is our new mission, is to defeat the jumping record, which I looked it up. When 15 was the record, that was 2 years ago. So it took jumpologists 2 years to up it by 2.
Some say jumpologist was jumping all this time.
Sorry, what was that? Who's jumping?
Jumpologist.
Jumpologist.
Is that a new low we're going to hang out with in 9.2? That sounds like fun.
It is me, jumpologist, the lower of jumping.
Look out, he's got buffanoids.
Anytime your feet are not on the ground, you are in my realm.
Yo, Blizzard, take it. You can have it for free, baby. Use it.
I know you guys, your lore department's having a little trouble. You can take Jumbalysis. We'll let you.
They updated the WoW PTR developer notes with tier set bonuses and stuff. It's PTR notes, so it's like a lot of us. I'm like, I don't know what this fucking means. Like, cooking has an empty kettle of stone soup. Set out a kettle of stones. Oh, is that the new feast? A soup? Wait. I don't like this. Wait, no.
Wait, our big table's gone? We only had it for so short. Don't give us the FEAST again.
Spend at least 10 seconds eating to become well fed with 20. Yeah, our new food soup, guys. I'm not used to this. I can't.
Is it at least a big kettle?
Good soup.
I don't know. There's no picture. I hope it's like a really big cauldron, but I have a feeling it's going to be that tiny little triangle we got in oh my god, BFA. It was like
the FEAST.
Yeah.
Which was like a little end table with 6 batteries on it.
No, I was thinking of like the red one, like the little red one of like the red like death troll soup that we had at the very beginning. It was like the cheaper food, the cheaper feast. They loved little feasts back then for some reason. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, you'd think you'd want to make it as big as possible so that like one Tauren wouldn't sit on it and just completely obscure the whole model.
But speaking of these PTR notes, though, I feel like one of the most important thing I think so far, like that they've been changing, is, as you said earlier, Slide, that they are updating some of the tier sets, those in particular the ones that people have been complaining about, which I think is a good sign. It means that they're listening to some feedback.
It's a fantastic sign because the Pharaohs we got our shit exactly what we wanted. Everybody in the Discord was saying that they should have made this change. And Blizzard said, all right, we're going to take this change and we're going to put it in. The change is like, I think when you activate Berserk, you lacerate all enemies around you for 800% of your attack power. And it's basically just like a big like dot and everything. But before, it was at the end of Berserk falling off. So things would already be dead by the
Berserk's
time
never going to fall off. I mean, the guy who made it died, but they're going to wrap it up soon. It's a classic.
But yeah, so like that feedback was like just done. They did it. Everyone's happy on the Pharaoh side right now. Well, kind of. But so they're tuning the other ones, right? Shadow Priest just got tuned, I think.
Yeah, they listened to feedback on Shadow Priest. They are going to be working on Resto Druid and one of the Paladins, I think. Prop Paladin, maybe?
Cool. Just keep that up. Because before, I feel like we didn't see that, right? Like they would just like make behind the scenes changes. Now they're like, guys, listen. Be chill. Okay, we're gonna fix this one.
I feel like in both game and in general strategy, Blizzard is like, we need to be a lot more transparent with everything. We need to let people know when things are happening and when changes are being made.
What I don't like is that they're putting chapters 1, 2, and 3 of the campaign on the PTR, and it's like, what do we gotta test that for? Like, what is, you know what I mean? Like, I guess for bugs, but I don't know.
I mean, they did that with Korthia as well, like that, what did they call it, Chains of Domination or whatever, the storyline, because we were able to cover that long before it ever dropped as well. So I guess we'll be doing the same thing, baby.
Yeah, it just sucks because I feel like we have, I can't not look at it when it's posted, you know what I mean? I have to look at it. I can't remain spoiler free, but like sometimes I don't want to. I haven't listened to this new Sylvanas audio yet. I don't know what it's in it other than, well, there's Arthas talk, right?
I have. And it's not distinctly Arthas.
Yeah, so there is some of her voice line is about deserving redemption or forgiveness, which
I will not punish him because of what he made me do when I was his weapon. It's very vague. That's why people think it's either Zoval or Arthas, because she was literally used by Arthas, but then she was shrieked by the jailer. So it could be either way. I just don't want it to be Zoval because no, like literally we're at the beginning of creation and he's trying to destroy all of life. I don't want her to be like, I've gained a conscience. We shouldn't hurt him anymore.
We get redeemed Zoval. He becomes a class trainer that lives in Stormwind.
He's next to the monk guy.
Paul Iron Fist.
Oh my god. Speaking of Zoval, did you see that they also have a death animation for him when you defeat him? Which I'm kind of hoping is, like, not finished. Like,
He gets hit, he clutches his tummy,
Yeah.
and he takes a big sit down on the ground.
I did see that. He looked like when somebody kicks Big Show in the nuts. That's what happens. Like he like falls just like that in wrestling.
so part of me is like, it's so goofy that, like, they should keep it exactly as that, and then part of me is like, this isn't finished, right, Blizz?
Honestly, sometimes I think about the Old God death animation we had and how bad that was. That's horrible.
Didn't Azoth just, like, go scream with his eyeball really open and then slump backwards? You know,
Yeah,
seeing hashtag Zoval's big sit made me think, like, you know, I don't really pay attention to too many death animations. How many people really just kind of florp over?
I think a lot of them kind of just fall over.
You know, I don't think I really pay that close attention either. I probably should.
Like look at the bosses. Like when we have raid again, just like look at the bosses. They all fall like differently, but they all just fall like a dude falling over.
I guess a lot of it for Saudis, which of course we've been stuck in for forever, is everyone is a suit of armor guy. So they can all be like, oh no, my ghost energy's gone and my armor's empty. That's the plan for, like, a lot of them. I'd have to go back to old raids to fight people who are just dudes. Like when you fight Jade Fire Duo, do they just kind of flop over? Do they do a backflip? How many consecutive backflips did they do? Is it more than 17?
I know the people, the Tri-Panda fight in one of the Pandaria raids. You know, the one that's outside. If you don't kill them at the same time, they respawn.
the Silver Lotus.
I'm very certain they just die like pandas. Like whoever pandas die, that's how they die. The exact same way.
Yeah, I think all of the death animations probably in general are just based on whatever base model their character is then.
We have a new Torghast mode. It's called the Jailer's Gauntlet, and it's being described as a Torghast Mario Kart, where you can race against your friends around a track. Seth Rogen will be voicing one of the characters on this track.
Chris Pratt will also be there, and his voice is amazing.
Keegan-Michael Key will be there. He'll be voicing Zormal, Zoval's cousin. Hey, it's me, Zormal. Run through my gauntlet, please.
And, you know, there's a rumor right now that if you get to layer 17 of the Jailer's Gauntlet race car racing mega deluxe, you will unlock Danica Patrick.
I'm just imagining Danica Patrick in like a suit of like Torghast armor, just her face peeking out of the helmet.
She would.
Okay, but like, what do you think we'll be racing in here?
Okay, so it's not really a race. I just wanted to make it sound more fun than it actually is. It says the Jailer's Gauntlet.
Was it really called Warcraft Mario Kart, or was that a lie?
It was a lie!
Aw, that's fucking lame. I was over here, I was baking. I was like, what's that even gonna mean? Okay.
Man,
I've calmed down
you
now.
You can't just do this to us, Slide. They confirmed that they're giving us DDR, so, like, I'm like, cool, they're adding something fun in Torghast.
No, I would love a game where you race around the wings. That'd be kind of dope. No, this is not as fun. Run through a series of increasingly challenging boss battles across 8 floors per layer and 8 layers total to earn unique rewards. So they're bringing back the first challenge, the one where you would like, what's it called? Twisting Corridors? And now they're giving it a new name and a different thing for different rewards. Kind of weird, right?
I mean, honestly, whatever you said was going to be worse than Super Jailer Racing.
Yeah, I'm living in a world that can no longer. I'm not interested in anything that isn't Super Jailer Racing. I was gonna be throwing spectral Koopa shells at people, and now what am I doing? I'm doing Twisting Corridor for the second time in my life.
I feel like the one that targets first place, the blue shell, would just be like some kind of mall rat.
Okay, I'm still thinking about this. 8 floors per layer. 8 layers total. 8 floors per layer? So we're at 5 now. Weren't we at 6 before? So there's 2 more layers? Or 2 more floors to a Torghast?
I don't want to
It's a lot
think
of
about.
floors.
I don't want to think about spending that much time in a Torghast. I spend like 10 minutes now zooming through low-level ones. I'm just like, this is too long.
I think these are going to be good rewards. Because this, yeah. I don't want to do this. It's so much Torghast. 8 floors, 8 layers. They've also added new layers, 13 through 16. So, there you go, Aaron. You can run more layers.
Oh boy, here I go. It's me, Mario. Oh, Chris, when did you come into the studio? Oh, I'm gonna go now.
No, listen. Okay, so I guess the reason that he's not saying it's a me Mario is because he's saying it during the Super Jailer Racing.
Illumination
Yeah.
wish they could have gotten that poll.
We could make Super Jelly Racing. It sure would be easy.
I'm already sketching it now.
But I think it's time for me. I was gonna say pull a time warp, but no, not today. Not
What?
so fast. We got ourselves a special game today, and I didn't give it a name, so we're calling it Two Hands.
2 hands.
You should have called it Super Jelly Racing.
Super
That'd just be a
Jailer
lie, just like
Racing.
you did, Slide. Super two-hand racing. You get to name that two-handed sword.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so I am going to have 3 rounds. Each round, I will give you guys 3 two-handed sword names. One of them is fake, and you have to guess it. So, very similar, but this time two-handed swords. Are you guys ready?
Oh
I
boy,
was born
am
for
I.
this.
Okay, round 1. We have these two-handed swords. We have the Edge of Agony. We have Terror's Spine Ripper. And we have Devastation's Hour.
Ooh. I'm gonna deeply regret it, but I gotta go with Spine Ripper. Spine Ripper's. There's one fake one, right?
Yes, there's one fake
I
one.
gotta say Spine Ripper's the fake one.
What was the first one?
The Edge of Agony.
I feel like... I guess I have to go with Spine Ripper too. I feel like Edge of Agony has to be real.
Oh, y'all both got it right. Terror's Spine Ripper was my fake one.
I only knew because I also had 3 Devastation's Hours. So I knew that one was real. That's my OG,
I'm
baby.
pretty sure I've seen Edge of Agony. There was a real big part in Kata where they were like, "Oh, that's such a great idea."
Okay, so we all tied up heading into round 2, where we have the Coral Sharpened Greatsword. We have Void Iron Greatblade. And we have Zoid's Firelit Greatsword.
The Zoid?
Can I get a spelling on Zoid?
Zoids. Zoid apostrophe S.
Oh,
What?
shit. You know I gotta go with Zoids. I love Great Shield Liger.
I'm going to go with number 2. The Great Iron Steel Sword.
Fiona was my first love in her Sniper Raptor.
Okay, so are those your guesses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the correct answer, well, my fake one, was the Void Iron Greatblade. So I think that's what Slide meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, man. Oh,
I don't know the
could-
context of Zoid's Firelit Greatsword, but I thought it was really funny.
How could Cannon Bison lead me wrong?
You're supposed to know about this sword, dude. It's a fire sword. This is like your thing.
I'm sorry, I heard Zoid and my mind went somewhere else. I was thinking of Lena.
So our last question here, Slide is up 2-1. We have Bloodguard's Tooth, Bone Crusher, Serrated Void Crystal,
What's the second one?
Bone Crusher.
Give me Bone Crusher.
What's the first one?
I forgot what order I read them in. There's Bloodguard's Tooth, Bone Crusher, and Serrated Void Crystal.
I'm gonna go with the last one, the Void Crystal.
Well, Aaron got it right with Bone Crusher, so you guys tied. I did not anticipate this outcome.
Always have a tiebreaker. I feel like at this point, all we do is tie.
Okay, so for this tiebreaker, I have this sword, this two-handed sword called the Quantum Blade. What expansion is it from? First correct answer will win.
TBC.
The Quantum Blade. Okay, well, it was TBC.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Dang, I lost it. Let me go grab a drink.
What was it again?
The Quantum Blade?
Quantum.
Did you just yell TBC?
Quantum is a very TBC word, I feel like. It's like the most TBC word. Outland, we're in space, quantum, you know.
Well, I've got myself a Coors Light, a funnel, and some surgical tubing. Time to do my best Tennessee State University football team.
And I said butt chugging. What is that?
You will soon find out. Here we go.
That gasp of air.
Will I take care of this Growlita cover for a little bit? Greetings, all. Growlina back on the scene. And I've brought with me today a guest, Hi-Run. Hi, I assume you've heard that 9.2 will be bringing Dance Dance Revolution to the world of Azeroth. So I must ask, what songs do you think we'll be moving and grooving to? Well, there are a few songs with lyrics in WoW, so I'd guess a lot of ETC music. Other than that, maybe the Lament at the Highborn, though I wouldn't exactly call that dance music, lol. You're probably right. They'd pull from the existing WoW universe for their songs. That said, what do you think the odds are we could get an Ardenweald Butterfly remix? LOL, it's not 0%. That's all I was looking for. Make sure to screw on that back bar, Silas Darkmoon. Mama's coming to slap her big feet on those pads. Until next time, everyone, it's been Growl. Thanks, Growl. I'm glad we just got to hear you unadulterated without a segue to anything else.
Yeah, maybe you noticed there wasn't an ad there. Our sponsorship has ended. We're done.
Both in a timely and strange manner. They sent us an email saying, "Keep up the good work, buddies. You've sold 2 things." And we have confirmed through just talking to people, and I literally watched people buy it on their phones, we had sold more than 2.
I'm like, we are being gaslit, we're being gatekeeped, we are being girl bossed right now. Like, we are being fleeced for some extra free promo, so no more.
Yeah, they were like, oh, well, we can do another free month since you only had 2 code usages. Tell you what, if you get 8 this time, then we'll look into payments. And here's some shampoo and body wash for you. And I was like, shampoo and body wash? I got that in my bathroom. I don't want that.
Keep your sham poo.
Yeah, keep your body washing over me with waves of regret.
It's kind of weird because, like, I personally bought 2 because my dad needed a nose hair trimmer, so I bought him a nose hair trimmer, and then I canceled my Manscaped subscription, and then I just re-upped it with the code because why not? That's 2 right there. I was 2. That was me.
I mean, like, whatever. I still do really like the clippers.
Yeah, and that's the saddest thing too. Is as much as I didn't like selling them, they were quality enough. But
oh, no,
I don't like how weird this ended.
We're doing an ad now. We're doing an ad.
No. That's all I'm going to say. The bad business practices. Okay, enough electric ball razor.
I'm just saying that, like, if you're going to have the nerve to try to lie to us, to try to get us to do more free promo, why say 2?
Yeah, that's the part that I was like, okay, now you're just being insulting. Because we definitely hit 8. At least 8.
Anyways,
whatever.
This has led to the new initiative. We're working on the details, but every Tom, Dick, and Harry has told us, hey, make a Patreon. Guess what? We're gonna do it so that we don't have to shill anymore and then get disrespected.
Only I'm gonna disrespect myself, and that's it.
Listen, we disrespect ourselves every week for free right now, so...
It's literally gonna be like, give us $2 or give us $1. Like, we just want to be able to cover the podcast, like, monthly fee. That's really it, so...
And I mean,
and then
hey,
fund the show maybe for some giveaways and things.
Yeah, we can get giveaway stuff. I can draw you a picture. We'll make it worth your time as long as you only pay. As long as you only pay like $1.
Fund Slidewhistle's Elote Fund.
That's his own tier. That's I'm gonna have an Elote section.
Give him the 2 quarters he pays the Mexican restaurant nearby because they never give him water.
Oh man, I wish it was 2 quarters. Also, that place closed down. It was a Thai restaurant, and they rebranded. Aaron, it's all new, completely different ownership. And I kid you not, our water was never not filled. The person was literally at our table, standing next to us.
Knew they were
water
afraid of you. They were like, "This man has tipped exactly 12 cents in the last month. We gotta treat him better."
My mouth was so dry. Anyway, so that's the kind of good stuff you get from the donating to the Patreon. It's a 3-year anniversary. You're like, fuck it, let's just do it. Let's make one. You don't have to. Don't even worry about it. And no one's financially stable. So if you can't, then just don't. Literally, do not.
Yeah, so look for that soon, TM.
Which probably means in our world, like a month? Soon?
Next week.
I'll look into it. I'll see what we can do.
Speaking of Patreon, let's talk about Raid.
Ha, you couldn't pay me to raid.
Great segue, Slide.
It was okay.
We were doing really well, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we weren't.
So, like, the thing is, we've been, like, raiding as, like, a full group again for the first time in a while, and I feel like the combination of, like, 2 conflicting strategies, not knowing the other team's strategy, being an almost 30-man raid, having some people who didn't know all the fights yet, a combination of all of these things made some of those last fights very hard. We didn't full clear, and I feel like it's the first time that we haven't, like, before these last few weeks, I feel like we would reliably get Sylvanas down, which is a little weird. But people are also on their alts, which I forgot to say.
Yeah, literally everyone's on an alt, and that's honestly what it boils down to. People are playing new characters that they don't know, because at this point, I mean, think about how long that group has been trying to get Sylvanas down. Everyone's like, I'm not logging into that character ever again. But also one of the huge problems, those Kel'Thuzad with too many players is absolutely, it's so hard.
The number of spikes goes up, which is awful. The number of ghosts probably goes up too, right?
Yep, and then that's more potential for people to die, and then the more bodies that are rezzed. The 4 spikes, like, what do you think the people, like, what do the pros do? Do they do it for like that, or do they spread them farther?
I don't think it matters where they are as long as you kill them in a proper order. So the pros probably kill, like, if they have 4, which I don't know what the mythic 20-man has. If they probably have 4. Anyways, they probably kill 2 right away and then pop healing cooldowns, and then hopefully it falls off, and then the other 2 pop, and then they have healing cooldowns. But I don't know. It felt really rough.
And I feel like we could have beaten Sylvanas with that big group. We just could not get past those 4 shards. I think it was a lot of cleave, too. A lot of, like, things hitting something and it bounced the dots. Even my bleeds were accidentally hitting some of the other stuff. They were just too close.
There were just parts where I feel like I couldn't even attack because of, like, fire magery. Like, yeah. I would fire blast Kel'Thuzad, and then he would wander by the icicles, and all of a sudden, like, I was lighting up the icicles with my fire, and I was like, no, I'm trying not to be a bad guy.
And then I was in LFR doing Sylvanas. Oh man, that's some of the shittiest shit I've ever had to do in my life.
LFR in general is bad, but the fact that Sylvanas still takes, 15 minutes per pull on LFR is just awful. And in order for an LFR group to take down Sylvanas, you need at least probably 3 or 4 stacks of determination just because of how chaotic and crazy LFR can be. So that is, a full hour of your time at least.
Yeah, it was a lot. We got it done eventually. But, so then I was basically queuing into just, like, raids all day, like, on my Warlock, trying to get him leveled up. Tapeworm, ya boy. And somebody whispered me in one of these raids, Bramblefur from Proudmoore. And they were like, I used to play with the Tapeworm on Ravencrest server. And I was sitting here and I was like, watch this, Immune. And I said, did you ever get it removed? Get it?
he showed me type this and I was like, boo!
Because the Tapeworm. Anyway, we're just talking about random shit. But he was a feral druid. And so I was like, oh my god. So the minute I was even in there with him, I noticed him and I'm like, I gotta watch this guy. I gotta scope him out. Actually, I don't know their gender. I gotta scope them out and see like what they do. They didn't have the right legendary, but they were killing it. And killing LFR meters still matters. I stand by that.
I mean, Jamonkey said it on our Discord earlier. Sometimes you just take your main in there, you blow it up, you feel like either a DPS or a healing god because you do like 5 times the damage or healing of as anyone else.
So I just wanted to, cause whenever I see a Pharaoh, I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can help out anyway. Because, I'm a pretty good fucking Pharaoh. I'm not Kaitless level. I think I'm out of the top 10. I told this person I was number 7. I think I'm like 11 now. I think I lied to a human.
Wow. That's no way to represent our program.
You would never lie to other humans like you did to us approximately 25 or so minutes ago about Super Jailer Racing.
Super Jailer Racing!
Woohoo!
Anyway, so I was just like, try out Celestial, you're gonna love it. Like, if you're a 1-minute machine gun, the shit's dope. And then they said, and I quote, my roommate tells me the same thing. And I was like, so I'm reading this and I'm like, okay, that's weird. Your roommate's a feral druid too? Like, what? Okay. And then they said, she's one of the top ferals out there. So I believe her. I just adapt very slowly to changing anything. And that's when I got blown off the Nuzul platform because I was reading this chat and I was like, is this Kalis? Kalis' roommate? So I immediately whispered back, Kalis? And Bramblefur says, yup.
Oh my god. So at this point, I was gooped and gagged. I'm like, Slidewhistle has found Kalis' roommate in a random LFR.
And we literally talked about Kalis. They were like, I'm shocked that people recognize her. And I was like, who doesn't recognize Kalis? And then that's when I was like, okay, well, we talk about it all the time on my podcast. And I felt like such a slime ball being like, well, on my podcast, we talk about your roommate. Like, it's so weird.
It is kind of weird, though.
It was very weird, but I felt like it was important to say because there was context. I was like, yeah, pharaohs know her, but also, like, non-pharaohs know her because we talk about her and you reference her kind of a bit.
I mean, she's also a pretty big streamer.
Yeah, I was literally typing like during my fight just about all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I told them about the podcast so that it's possible those listening to this part right now. You can say anything you want to Bramblefur. Aaron, what's your message?
Hello. When I heard your name Bramblefur, I thought of that old, like, copy pasta about Messy Paws, and I'm sorry, because he ate doo-doo.
I don't know anything of what you're talking about, and I really wish I didn't even have that nugget of information.
You don't need to know anything about it. You got enough.
Well, that one was for you, Bramblefur. Also, I just thought it was funny because I said, now you have to listen because I'm going to talk about you. Like, I said, we're going to say your name.
And we don't know if we're going to talk about how cool it is that we met you or if your numbers weren't looking so hot.
No, the numbers were great. They had great numbers.
Well, he probably has, Bramblefur has, like, in-house coaching for their DPS on Feral, so it's like...
Damn, they have a gamer house going on over there.
What's up? It's the Feral house. What's going
Feral
on?
Factory.
The Feral Factory. Yeah, what's going on, everyone? It's the Feral Factory. Before
I know it, Slidewhistle's gonna move out to Slidewhistle's gonna move out and join the Feral Factory.
I'm in.
And then I will sit there in every video and pray that he falls off.
Wow, you pray for the downfall of the Feral Factory? That's not cool, man.
Yes, all content houses, I'm like, please, please fail.
I would love a WoW content house. It'd just be no one talking to each other, everybody in their own rooms, just playing on their
wasn't
computer
that
in the dark.
just what the Overwatch League was?
Basically, yeah, I guess.
Shaquille O'Neal paid for like 15 Korean guys to sit in a house and not talk to each other.
Was that before or after he was in charge of Papa John's?
I do believe it was current.
He was in charge of Papa John's.
Yes, they have the shakaroni and cheese pizza you can get at Papa John's.
This is, I swear, the first time I've ever heard of this. So I take it shakaroni and cheese, mac and cheese.
Caitlin receives an email about the shakaroni and cheese pizza at least quarterly. There are 4 to 5 times.
For real?
She is. She's laughing in the next room because she's talked about it. We receive shakaroni and cheese pizza advertisements regularly, but we don't support Papa John's because Papa was real greasy and mean.
Well, okay, so then why does Kate get emails from Papa himself, huh?
Hold up.
Because Shaquille O'Neal knows she's a big mac and cheese fan.
You guys know Papa John got kicked out of Papa John's, right? We can eat
Yes.
Papa John's again. In fact, it makes him mad because he's like, Papa John's is not as good since I left. So if we eat it, we're actually hurting him.
So you're saying it's now kosher for me to enter the pizza zone?
I'm hurting me when I eat Papa John's.
You're right, though. You're right.
Now, do you think they've considered, has there ever been a consideration in their boardroom to be like, Papa Shacks? Huh? Papa Shacks?
If it was a
Shaka John's.
If it was a Shaquille O'Neal based restaurant, I would go in a heartbeat. I don't care if their recipe is doo-doo now. I'd be like, Shaq eats here. But all it would take is one Aaron Carter appearance to shut the entire chain down.
I'm so sorry, Bramblefur. This is not. This is going to be another segue here. Did you hear what Aaron Carter did to his fiance and his newborn baby?
Oh God! What did he
Wait.
do?
Well, first off, I'm like, I did not know that he was married or had a child.
Well, he wasn't married. He was a fiance. Oh, well, they broke up, and now he has a kid. I made it sound really menacing, but why does he? He has a child and a fiance, ex-fiance.
I mean, you listened to Aaron's party once. You wouldn't want to move in with him? You wouldn't want to father his child? That was a banger.
That's how he beat Shaq. What else do you talk about? You have anything WoW related at the end here?
Our sexiest NPC of the week, baby.
Oh boy, I forgot. Let's go.
So this week, we have a very special sexiest NPC of the week, and I'm talking Betsy, a.k.a. that award-winning pig in Drustvar, baby.
We're talking about 2 times, 3 times blue ribbon winner, Betsy the Pig.
And you know, this is a very attractive pig because, won at least 3 awards for... Okay, first off, what do pigs win? Like, what is this contest?
Okay,
Heft,
so this
I
is-
believe she is a, to quote Reddit, she is a heckin' chonker.
I feel like Sweaty Gumbo would know about this. They have like county fairs where it's like, yeah, like the biggest pig, come on in, or the widest tongue.
Because she lives in Iowa, it's like she has...
No, it's real. Her mom every year tries to get Lauren to come back to
shit.
go to the state fair where they have giant animals that are state judged.
Oh, and also, there's a big pumpkin contest? Is that what it was? Or some kind of big vegetable?
Maybe I'm thinking of the big pumpkin contest where they grow big pumpkins.
I mean, it would not surprise me either if there was a pig contest.
And that's how Betsy got so big, munching on them big Iowan pumpkins. And that's how she won her 3 medals.
She also has a very, very cute bow on top of her head.
I think it's very important to highlight. Now, what color is this bow again? Like a brownish, purplish?
Oh, it's pink, I think.
The lighting is weird on this picture I have in front of me. We're going to the instant replay camera.
Ooh, and she's got such a way with words. I can never forget her classic quotes, such as, bite medium A, or emitter Dalaran Pet Store Pig 5.
What? She says that?
Activity, greeting, farewell, or angry. Ugh. And don't even get me started on Mon Pig V2 attack 01 attack.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. So hunters can tame Betsy, right? Is she that kind of undead, or is she a beast?
So, yes, you can tame it now, I believe. I don't know the specifics of it, although I know that I am going to go tame her. But the bad news is apparently people are saying that when you tame her, she just becomes a normal pig, not Betsy, which I think is uncalled for, Blizzard. I would like you, Ian, to prioritize this above the Borealis ring, actually.
Whoa, this is a big call to action here. Do you know what you're doing?
Okay, you could do both at the same time. It's fine. They're both high priority, whatever. Okay, never mind. I will take that back slightly. Do them both at the same time. Okay, the Borealis ring should probably be first because you've been dragging your feet on this, Ian. Come on,
You've known about it for years. I don't know why the Borealis ring still doesn't work, Ian.
But yes, I want to tame this pig, and I want it to look like Betsy proper, not like generic pig number 1, because I'm in the market for a new pig, because Brodsky, who joined Unamas and has been raiding with us, has requested for me to change my hunter's pets from cats so he doesn't confuse them with Slidewhistle on his feral druid.
Because this poor soul was trying to follow me in Kel'Thuzad's phylactery, and I'm like, bro, I'm the worst person to follow. I move like a crazy person. I just rock back and forth. I run for no reason in different directions. I jump and spin. Like, I'm doing a whole show for nobody out here.
As if your rotation wasn't enough APM, he always tries to jump or move around more just because. But anyways, back to Miss Betsy.
All I know is when it comes to Miss Betsy, the beautifuls, just true aesthetic beauty, I'm left speechless. So I'll quote Aledrius on their August 15th, 2018 post on Wowhead. Heavens to Betsy!
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum.
I would like to round this discussion out with just saying that she has gorgeous eyes. They are glowing blue. I mean, because she's like an undead pig, but they're still a very, very pretty shade of blue.
What is that video underneath her? Press play on that video. Is that like a Betsy video?
I am.
What the hell is this?
Is this a Betsy fan cam?
Oh, I think it is.
No!
It's a Betsy promo hype vid.
I'm sorry, I got a Battlefield
Betsy?
2042 ad. So awful.
Do all
Oh.
Wowhead articles have videos? I've never seen a video click on before.
Why
Am I
is she?
blind?
Why is this Death Knight fighting her in a cave?
She's not in a... Wow, this is old. She's not in the cave, right? She's out by a farm.
She's by her patch. She's by her awards. I don't like this video. This is just a man hurting her.
Boo.
No,
Wait,
boo.
maybe she wins. This is bad audio. We're narrating a video no one can see. Man's fighting a pig.
I've scrubbed through a Death Knight and a Demon Hunter and a pirate hat comes and finds Betsy in a cave she shouldn't live in. And then he kills her and he loots something and he shows the model she would be if you tamed her, and then he left and he got on a bird and he's just doing more stuff now. Cut the video, guys. What are you doing, Wowhead?
Wait.
Cut the video.
I just saw him running on a griffin through that town that almost burns down. What? It's so far from where Betsy was.
I mean,
cut the video. This is the Betsy video.
Ugh. And then he had the nerve to make this a clickbait video here. It has Betsy in big letters on the front. It's a very sexy shot of her mouth. Come on now.
All right, well, now it's time for our top toot, bottom boot, medium moot of the week. Aaron, what do you got for us?
Well, I just got to quickly say, Betsy, we're going to give you a reward next time we come back after Ian fixes the Borealis ring. And I have a bottom boot.
Boot.
We've already touched upon it, but it was just a real bummerito that, for whatever reason, we couldn't secure AOTC for the predominantly DN Army members who joined us in our recent excursions. I wanted to get everyone AOTC, but we couldn't cut the mustard this week.
We just gotta do a call for mains. Everyone get on your mains and blow it up.
Yeah,
and
like I will
fall over.
I'll write a personal note to everyone. It's like, okay, I got some people coming, and I want them to think I'm a cool guy. So get on your stay in the group, honors. Ash, what are you doing? You playing Guild Wars 1? Get your ass back here. But anyways, that's what I'm up to. Immune, what is your TTBBMM?
Well, you see, I have a top toot this week.
Toot!
And my top toot this week is that I took a few days off at the beginning of this week to round off my Thanksgiving weekend, extend it a little bit. And during that time, I just had a bunch of fun playing on my Hunter and my Druid, a few other alts, and particularly on my Hunter and my Druid, I just did random pug raids, and I feel like I am learning new things that are a little embarrassing that I didn't know in the past, that you can multi-dot as a BM Hunter with your barb shot. Don't at me on that. I'm dumb. I never thought I was smart. But basically, the top two of this is that I feel like I am finally a very competent BM Hunter, and I am proud of myself on that.
Claps in the chat.
I'm respecting your decision to not have any questions.
Fine. Come at me, Slidewhistle.
How you not know you could multi-target with barb shot?
Honestly, when I saw a barb shot, I was just like, this is just for stacks of frenzy. I did not realize it applied a dot.
Womp womp.
I haven't listened to Nikki's music in a while. I couldn't do Barb's shot.
Listen, I did not know what the barb shot did because I was not accepted during my application to the barb base Discord. But that is neither here nor there. But there is Slidewhistle's TTBBMM.
I got a top toot this week, and
Toot toot.
it's that the Warlock dreams are coming true. Tapeworm has risen from the ground, and he's at level 215, and he's quickly being kicked out of normal raids because healers can't heal me, and they blame me because I died to the Terragru dot. You know, the dot that just kind of happens over time because the healers wouldn't heal me. I ate a health stone. I drained life. I siphoned life. I just healed myself. No, died. Kicked. Anyway, it's still top two because I'm loving Affliction Warlock, and I've been wanting a Warlock for so long now.
I've also been reading a few articles and saw a video actually earlier today about how Affliction might be one of the sneaky good specs in the next patch.
You love to hear it.
Perhaps the running, jumping cat meta will be gone in 9.2. Now you'll have to deal with, I was going to say all your demons, but your Affliction, so Slidewhistle will just kind of be twisting his hands in the corner and be like, just you wait 45 minutes and my damage will destroy you.
I actually do get some jumping time and flipping time because I have 3 or 4 instant cast dots that I can cast on the run. So I can cast them and I can still do
That sick Warlock APM, though.
Yeah, really important. But I was getting so frustrated in LFR. I was like, why are you guys have to move all the time? Why are there swirls under me during this entire raid?
Slidewhistle, I was by him, and Slidewhistle had to firsthand witness him experience every single range mechanic during even the trash of Sadis that he didn't know existed. And I'm like, my dude, we've been dodging these since day one.
I just never see him. I'm never near him. But yeah, that's my top toot. And we're done. Get out of here. If you have any comments, questions, complaints, send us an email at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com or tweet at us on Twitter at donotrelenttpod. You can leave us a review on Warcraft Radio, Apple iTunes, follow us on Spotify. You can send me mail to my personal address of beep. What about you guys? Where can they find you on the internet?
Wow, you're not giving out your Navarra Coffin email anymore?
It's a secret gem. If you want it, you gotta go back and listen to old episodes to figure out the lore.
Yeah, we're gonna trick you guys into making a wiki. You gotta go look at the wiki.
God, can you imagine if somebody made a fucking DNR wiki? That'd be a nightmare.
Oh my god! But if you do, I have some spreadsheets if you want information about time warps
Yeah,
and
I'm willing to. I'm the keeper of the time. I'm willing to be your inside source. Wink.
Anyways, I also want to apologize for Slide rudely telling you to get out of here. Like, we're the ones that are getting out of here. But I am Immunization, aka Alex. And you can find me on Twitter at NewerEraAlex. You can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. I may or may not stream someday again on Twitch at Immunization DNR.
If you're too sad about this episode ending, just take your big finger and just slide it back to the beginning. We'll be here for another hour. You can find me at TheBigACheesy on Twitter.com. You can find our literary musings at DoNotRelent.LiveJournal.com. And you can find me streaming at Twitch.tv/AaronDNR. It's a big old hoot when my things work and I don't make my camera half of the screen. Sorry, guys.
What are you gonna do? That's showbiz, kid. And remember,
Another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.